are going to talk about gloves and what kind of gloves should you use. Okay, so I'm going to share some of my personal thoughts about gloves. And over here I have 4 different type of gloves. These 2 are non-disposable and these 2 are disposable. Let's talk about the advantage and disadvantage of each, alright? So this is not what we know as rubber gloves. They are commonly sold in household stores, generally used for washing of things at home, alright? So they're very common and pretty affordable. These are usually made from rubber, and let me just wear them to show you how it looks like. Okay, so the physical properties is that it's waterproof, it's quite thick, and you can reuse them after you wash it, alright? So it tends to last pretty long, and if you take good care of it, it will save you a lot of money in the long run. The disadvantage of this glove is that after you wash it, you cannot place them out in the hot sun because the strong UV rays will tend to disintegrate the glove in long term. So sometimes gardeners will use this and place this outdoor to dry over many weeks, find that their gloves have sort of semi-melted or disintegrated. So the second glove that I'm going to show you today are what we commonly known as cotton gloves. They are very common, very cheap, and they are very comfortable because it's made from cotton, right? They are weaved together. So let me just show you if I have to wear them. So they are very comfortable, very snug, and very breathable. So your skin will feel very comfortable. The downside is that because they are weaved together, so if you were to stretch them, there are small holes that you can see. And when you mix soil, a lot of soil particles will go through and stay in your hand. And because they are also not waterproof, when you mix wet soil together, the whole glove will get very wet and moist. And it will also dirty your hands, okay? So just take note of that. But they are pretty good if you want to handle dry things like tools, alright? But not so good for mixing soil. So let's talk about the next glove. This is often known as vinyl glove. They usually come in a box of 100, pretty common. I'm going to take out 2 to show you. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And if I have to wear it, it looks something like this, okay? This will come in different colors. I happen to have a clear one. Sometimes you'll find them blue or black. What are the advantages of this? Advantage is that definitely it's waterproof. So the disadvantage of it is that sometimes they are definitely not as thick as the rubber gloves over here. This vinyl glove, because they are meant for disposable use, the material is more on the thin side. They are not tend to last long. So probably you can only use it once or twice and you have to discard, which will definitely add to waste. Last, we have what we call the poly gloves. These are very common for food handlers, but for when it comes to mixing of soil, let me just show you. This is an example of when you wear it. The material is extremely thin. It's usually thinner than the vinyl gloves. And they are a little bit more on the loose side usually because they are free size, but some brands do have sizes. The one that I have is a free size glove. Because the material is thin, they tend to break a little bit more easily when you mix soil. While they are waterproof, material is not as durable. Some gardeners, they have a box of this at home because it's very cheap. It's almost like 30 to 40% the cost of this. Okay, so it's much cheaper. And if they don't want to waste what they already have at home, sometimes they'll wear a second layer. So they'll wear 2 gloves instead of 1 to make it a little bit more durable when they mix soil. So another type of glove that I don't show you over here are the gloves that are usually sold in gardening stores. They are usually made from a mixture of materials. Some are made from artificial fiber, some from natural. I'm not a fan of them because I've tried many brands and they don't tend to work very well for me. So I usually will fall back on the rubber glove. This is my personal thoughts and my personal preference, but everybody have your own preference. Which is your favorite when it comes to mixing soil? Share your thoughts with us below.